Cody Rhodes recently suffered from a torn pectoral muscle and has since been out of action. However, fans are excited to know whether, once Cody returns, his rivalry with Seth Rollins will reignite. So, if you want to find out more about whether or not it ends up happening, be sure to stick around till the end of this video. Let's get right into it. First up, will they get right back to it? So before he got injured, Rhodes was feuding with Seth Rollins. But unfortunately, the man suffered from a torn pectoral muscle and wasn't able to fight for a few months, and had to undergo rehab and a bunch of other stuff. However, we're now hearing reports telling that once Cody Rhodes returns to the WWE, he'll get right back into feuding with Rollins without missing a beat. It's important to note that until now, Rhodes has only faced off against Rollins in the ring once, and that was back in April. From what we can tell, even though he plans to come back and get right back into it, there hasn't been any talk of him facing Rollins in the ring anytime soon. We're not gonna lie, it would be pretty exciting to watch the two duke it out on the big stage. Think about the setup. Rhodes has been out of it for a while, and the second he gets back on his feet, he leaps right back into the action and tries to take Rollins out once and for all. If the WWE plays it out like that, we're sure the fans would love it. Everybody loves a good rivalry, especially when it's between two meatheads who are ready to slug it out anytime, anywhere. That said, we don't know what the WWE is going to end up doing, but all we can do right now is speculate. We certainly hope that they decide to play out the whole Rhodes v Rollins thing and make it long term. Though, seeing how the execs can change their minds pretty quickly, there's no telling what they'll end up doing. Next up, what does the WWE plan on doing with Rhodes? Even though we're forced to leave it up to speculation, that doesn't mean we can't take a few educated guesses here and there. So let's brush up on the facts, shall we? The last time Rhodes was seen in the WWE was back in June, the night after Hell in a Cell. Then he announced that he would be taking some time off. His match had been so brutal, he'd ended up tearing his pec right off the bone. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. However, while he was on the show, Seth Rollins came out of nowhere and launched an attack on Cody Rhodes. That proved our point in saying that the feud would probably continue when Rhodes returned. Having said that, another important detail that most people don't seem to realize is the fact that this was all happening while Vince McMahon was still heading the creative department. Fast forward to now, and it's Triple H who is running the show. So with a new face at the helm, who knows how the WWE will decide to spin the whole thing? David Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer had a few things to say about the Rollins vs. Rhodes feud. He talked about how we're still going to see the feud play out as soon as Rhodes is ready to get back into action. What's more, he also added that Triple H allegedly plans to have the two Raw stars go at it for one more match as we head into 2023. Coming up, when does Cody Rhodes plan on coming back? That's the big question, isn't it? It's been a few months since we last saw the Raw superstar get into the ring, and we're dying to know when exactly he plans to make the entry once again. David Meltzer did talk about how there's been no date set for Rhodes and Rollins to have their fourth matchup, so we can't say when he will be back. However, if we were to make an educated guess, we'd say that all signs point towards Rhodes making a comeback in the WWE at the Royal Rumble. We mean, just look at the signs. Everything points towards the fact that he'll either make a surprise entry in the Royal Rumble, or he'll make an appearance on Raw a week before the pay-per-view event. Still, we're not sure if Rollins and Rhodes will share the ring at WrestleMania 39 as they did in 2022. There's a good chance their matchup gets shifted to another event. Once again, Dave Meltzer said a few things about Rhodes' potential matchups at WrestleMania 39. He recently came out and talked about how Rhodes is being considered for a matchup against Roman Reigns. If The Rock doesn't manage to make it to WrestleMania, Rollins could be his backup plan for that. Then again, none of this is confirmed. So we just hope some news can break out soon, because all this waiting is giving us anxiety. Finally, if the match does happen, who would win? Okay, so let's pretend that the WWE comes out tomorrow and announces that the matchup is happening next week on Raw. The question everybody would have now is, who's going to win? To answer that question, we need to look at both wrestlers and their skill sets and make an educated guess on who has the best chance of winning. Let's take Seth Rollins into account first. Rollins started in the WWE with a bang and was pushed as a heel by the company from day one. Sure, he had a few hero arcs, but he's mostly played the role of a heel character. If we talk about his skills as a wrestler, pretending that it's not all scripted, we'd say his size and athleticism helped him get one over Cody. Let's circle back to Cody. He's part of a long line of wrestlers who have worked in the entertainment business. His father, Dusty Rhodes, was also part of the WWE. Considering he's got a legacy to protect, we'd say he'll be the more determined one out of the two. However, because he's recovering from a serious injury, history, we're not too sure he'll have it in him to eke out a win. So after deep diving into each wrestler's persona, history, and skills, we've concluded that Rollins probably has a better chance of coming off with a win than Cody Rhodes. Regardless of who ends up winning, there's one thing we know for sure. It's going to be an extremely entertaining matchup if it does end up happening soon. Now let's take a look at the reasons why the matchup shouldn't end up happening. First up, what are we even talking about? Okay, we know you just heard, and we're instantly like, what are these guys on about? The Rhodes vs. Rollins trilogy has been one of the best rivalries of 2022, and there's no denying that. Both these men are megastars in the WWE and can pull in a huge crowd whenever they need to. However, even with all of that being said, we still think that the Rollins vs. Rhodes feud should have ended at Hell in a Cell, and that there shouldn't be a fourth match between the two. Now we know a lot of you are wondering, what could be the reason why we don't want to see two of the biggest stars in the WWE right now duke it out? Well, we'll get into that in a bit. One thing to note, before we get into it, is that as of right now, we don't even know when Cody Rhodes is going to be able to make a comeback in the WWE. In case you all forgot, the man left the promotion while he was severely injured. For now, let's hope we see him before the year is officially over. Next up, the first reason why we don't think they should have a fourth match. Look, there's no denying the fact that Cody Rhodes is a megastar. He's surpassed the level most younger WWE superstars are at right now, and just slapping his name on a pay-per-view sells an insane amount of tickets. Now think about it. If every time you see Cody Rhodes, you see Seth Rollins' name right next to him, it's going to start getting a bit old. These two have had 3 awesome matches so far, and we're thankful for the amazing rivalry they've portrayed throughout the year. However, now is the time to introduce a fresh new face to stand opposite Rhodes in the ring. Dave Meltzer said that someone like Roman Reigns facing off against Rhodes at WrestleMania would be huge. There's also a huge number of people out there who want to see Rhodes face off against Reigns at WrestleMania. Think about it. The first prospect of building a fresh new babyface for the company to kick off 2023 could be extremely profitable for them in the long run. Finally, Rollins already has an existing United States Championship storyline. Now the WWE hasn't fully explored this storyline. That's a good thing, because that means there's a lot of content here that they can use to launch Seth Rollins forward without having to continue with the feud against Cody Rhodes. Now the main thing here is they're going to need to give Rollins, in theory, enough time to be able to tell the story properly. So in case y'all don't remember, Austin Theory was once a disciple of Seth Rollins, back when he was still doing the whole Messiah persona on Raw. This was all happening during the pandemic. The Theory also came on the table to talk and praise Rollins for being a great mentor and for always being there whenever he needed a question to be answered. Now he's involved in a whole storyline with his former mentor. That in itself could be the meat and bones of the whole storyline. The disciple takes over from the unwilling master. This would allow Rollins to easily explore something new, while Rhodes can go on utilizing his star power to propel the WWE forward. Well, that's a wrap for this video. Do you think the matchup will happen anytime soon? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.